Yeah, look, I definitely think it's a possibility. If for all intents and purposes, you say he doesn't even want to fight me, he does want to get a hold of a belt again. Like no matter what, being able to say you for him, what would it be,
Three
three
times.
times? Yeah, three times. Like he's that in of itself is a tagline. Knowing Fury, know how he likes to, what he likes to say, and how he likes to hype things up. That's a tagline. I can imagine him running along a beach shouting, screaming three time, and whatever else. So I'm sure even if he sees me as a little bit of an obstacle, the belt is enough to entice him. So
So, the heavyweight division just woke up to a shock that nobody saw coming. For months, the headlines have been dominated by rumors, retirements, and the usual chaos that follows the biggest men in the sport. But just days into 2026, the silence was broken. Tyson Fury, the Gypsy King, has officially agreed to return to the ring. But he didn't just announce a comeback. He issued a challenge that came with a very specific unspoken set of rules. One brutal condition that could either cement his legacy forever or end it in the most humiliating way possible. And the man he's targeted, it's not Alexander Usyk. It's not Anthony Joshua. It is the newly crowned undisputed chaos bringer of the division, Fabio Wardley.
nah, look, I hope you've done well. I hope he's training hard, shedding the pounds. I think he's in Thailand or something like that,
He
enjoying
is
the
with
sun and the
Kevin
weather.
Lorena, him and Kevin Lorena here.
Yeah, so look, I hope they're having a good time out there. If he is going to have a little warm up, then look, I hope he's fit, healthy. I hope he comes through it. I hope it's not a banana on the skin and throws everything in the works. And look, if that is really what you want to do, I don't think you need to, because it's just little old me. Don't worry about it. I'm no trouble. But if you do need a little warm up, then fine, do what you got to do. But after you're done, give me a call.
What makes this terrifying for the rest of the heavyweight landscape isn't just the fight itself, it's the response. Fabio Wardley didn't hesitate. He didn't ask for time to think. He publicly accepted the challenge immediately, telling the world he is extremely keen to welcome the legend back to the canvas. But beneath the hype and viral headlines, a much darker game is being played. Fury isn't just coming back for money. He's coming back because the landscape has shifted in a tragic and unexpected way. Today, we're going to break down exactly what this brutal condition is, why Wardley is the most dangerous opponent Fury could have possibly picked, and the heartbreaking reason why the fight the world wanted, Fury versus AJ, is officially off the table.
Fury did mention Wardley's name, fighting for the WBO title. Fury Wardley would be pretty badass.
I love that matchup. If the Joshua fight can't materialize, Fury and Wardley, love it. I love it. It makes so much sense in so many different ways. It's the old lion and the new lion coming up, and that's a timing thing. Does Tyson have one more epic night in him, or are we going to see the changing of the guard where Wardley dethrones the former king and is now a major player?
To understand why this fight is happening now, you have to look at where Tyson Fury is mentally. Usually, when a fighter teases a comeback, they do it from a press conference or a polished studio interview. Fury did it from a sweaty, grimy gym in Thailand, looking like a man possessed. In a video that instantly went viral, we saw a version of Fury that we haven't seen in years. He was dripping with sweat, hitting the pads with scary intensity and screaming, "2026 is the year, the return of the Mac."
His name Tyson Fury. Been down, face to the floor, bright like glory. Heartbeat hurry. Still stood, came back for more. Sound of the bag boom. From the beam. It's popping the gloom. He's turning pain into steam.
This wasn't the polished media-friendly Fury. This was a man who looked bored with civilian life. He explicitly stated he has nothing better to do than punch men in the face. But amidst the shouting and the training montage, he dropped a specific name that froze the division. He called out Fabio Wardley, dubbing him Big Smoke. He said, "Big Smoke for the GK after a long layoff. Could be an option later in 2026, God willing."
Brutal.
Hard.
Brutal, mate.
15 rounds.
15 rounds and one for free, so 16.
And we're
for
in
the
the
price of 15.
and we're in the trenches.
We're in the basement.
You're in the
We're
basement.
taking it to deep water this time. There ain't no leaving it to no judges, no referees.
Nah.
We're coming for the KO.
That's what we had to do. Anyone can get it.
Anyone can get it.
By calling Wardley Big Smoke, Fury is acknowledging something he rarely admits. That Wardley brings the fire. It's a sign of respect, but it's also a strategic mind game. Fury knows that Wardley is the man of the moment. He knows the British public is obsessed with Wardley's rise from white-collar boxing to world champion by attaching his name to Wardley. Now, Fury is inserting himself back into the main event conversation without having to fight a technical wizard like Usyk immediately. But if Fury thinks this is just a tune-up fight to shake off the ring rust, he might be making the biggest mistake of his career.
Your title, will you be having a fight soon? Because that is what everyone wants to know.
Yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed. That's the plan. I've been hoping that throughout my career, I've always been the one chasing, hunting for the people with world titles and those big honours. So now I've got one, I think it's a little bit easier. I can kind of sit back. People are hunting after me, so I can almost take my pick a bit. So yeah, hopefully sometime soon. Maybe April, May, something like that.
And linked with Derek Chisora?
Yeah, Del Boy himself. I know he's on the hunt. He wants a big finish to his career. Obviously, he's on 49 fights at the moment. He wants to finish on that big 50. So a world title shot is probably the best way to do that. So we're having some broad conversations, some broad chats. I know people would like that matchup.
Yeah, you know I'm going to ask you about Tyson Fury as well. He's posted on his Instagram suggesting that he'd like to fight you this year. Would you welcome a fight against Fury?
Yeah, more than welcome it. More than welcome it. It'd be a fight that I'm hugely up for. But myself, I like to target some of the big names in the division, the big boys, the top players, and look, he's one of those guys. So yeah, look, give me a call anytime.
Yeah, you know I'm just going to reel off some more names to you. So what about a British showdown with Daniel Dubois? He hasn't fought since he was beaten by Alexander Usyk, of course, but would you take that one?
Yeah, look, another great fight. I think you seeing us two matched up would be a fantastic fight. Like you say, he hasn't had a win coming off that loss as of yet. So maybe look, a little win to bounce back into things, and then we can get something heated up later in the year.
And heated up later in the year, could that be Usyk? Would you consider a crack at the undisputed title?
Yeah, look, that's number one. That's number one. When I got the belt, that was the hope that, okay, that's what we get to have a go at. Usyk being the top dog, he runs the game at the moment. So, yeah, that was the one I wanted. If it doesn't come this early or not, then hopefully, yeah, later in the year we'll be able to get.
Most fighters, when called out by Tyson Fury, would instantly go on the defensive or start demanding ridiculous money on social media. Fabio Wardley didn't neither. His response was cold, calculated, and terrifyingly calm. In an interview with Sky Sports, Wardley didn't look like a man who had just won the lottery. He looked like a man who had just been handed his next victim. Wardley said, "Look, it's something I'd be really keen for. I haven't got a world title just to take easy fights. I'd be extremely keen to see if he's genuine." But then he dropped the line that should send shivers down Fury's spine. He referred to himself as a banana skin. He told the press, "As fighters of late have found out, I'm quite the banana skin. I'd back myself against anyone in this division."
Yeah, look, I think it's on the cards for at some point this year. Maybe even if it is and he feels like he needs some kind of warm-up, which I wouldn't necessarily see why, but if he does and he wants to do something like that, then fine, no problem, and I'll still be here.
Are you aiming for a specific month, date, time, and where you want to be at, or is it a case of, look, I'm here, there's whatever fight next? It's kind of big, whoever it is, I think, at the minute, because you can't really, where you are, go backwards. And although you'll have your people who are in line for the title as well, and they're all decent names. So when do you sort of foresee yourself being back in the ring?
Probably, I don't know, April, May, something like that. Like, I'm still trying to stay busy and active. I'm not trying to sit on the shelf. I'm not trying to rush at the same time, but I still want to be out and going and fighting regularly, world title or not. I still want to be in the mix of doing those things. So yeah, look, it's just that we need to find someone that will fit in that time frame.
This is the danger zone. Wardley knows exactly what he is. He knows he isn't the technical genius that Usyk is. He knows he doesn't have decades of amateur pedigree, but he has something scarier. He has the power to turn the lights out in a split second, and he has the momentum of a freight train. He warned Fury not to treat him as a stepping stone, saying, "I'm not going to run off with my belt." Wardley is signaling that he isn't just happy to be there. He plans to be the one who retires the Gypsy King permanently.
If, for all intents and purposes, you say he doesn't even want to fight me, he does want to get a hold of a belt again. Like, no matter what, being able to say for him, what would it be? Three times. Like, he's that in of itself as a tagline. Knowing Fury, know how he likes to, what he likes to say, and how he likes to hype things up. That's a tagline. I can imagine him running along a beach shouting, screaming 3 times, and whatever else. So I'm sure even if he sees me as a little bit of an obstacle, the belt is enough to him.
We need to talk about the belt because this is where the power dynamic has completely flipped. A few years ago, Fabio Wardley was a prospect fighting on undercards. Today, he is the WBO World Heavyweight Champion. This happened after Alexander Usyk, the man who conquered the division, decided to vacate the title rather than face a mandatory defense, opting instead to chase a fight with Deontay Wilder. When Usyk dropped the belt, Wardley, who had just obliterated Joseph Parker in a shocking 11th round knockout in October 2025, was elevated to full champion status.